Hi! In this video we are going to see what are remote repositories and how we can work with them. In a real world, when we work with other team members inside a project, or even if we work individually, we may need to have a copy of our code, of our Git repository, in other computers or just for a backup. In this case, the use of remote repository is a very powerful way of doing this, since they allow us to keep a track of a copy of our repository. So far we have been working in a repository in a local environment, but we can use this remote repository, as I say, to have this copy in the remote. So when creating a remote repository, we use the name origin to refer to this remote repository. And we have different commands to send changes to the remote repository and to retrieve changes from the remote repository. These commands are git push and git pull. Let's see how it works, the connection with remote repository. Let's think that we have in this part our local repository in which we have carried out several commits, and as you can see, the master branch points to the very last commit of this tree of commits. In addition, each commit has a reference to its parent commit, which is the commit in which this last was created from. So the parent of this commit is this one, this one, this one, until the very first commit who doesn't have any parent. Well, first of all, we want to create a remote repository in order to send these changes and to have a backup. And we create the remote repository. So after creating, we want to send these changes, and we send changes by sending a branch. So even if we have several branches in our local repository, we need to specify which branch we want to synchronize with remote. In this case, let's say that we want to send the changes of master branch. So there is a dialog between the local and the remote repository similar to this. Well, I am sending the branch master to you. Okay, I don't have any reference from master, so give me this commit. Okay, I'm sending you this commit. Okay, so who is the parent of this commit? Well, the parent is this one, referred as this hash, and this says, okay, I don't have any reference to his parent. Send me the parent again. Okay. And who is the parent of this one? Well, is this with hash blah blah blah. So I don't have any reference to this neither, so send me please this commit. And then finally, who is the parent of this? Is this one. I'm sending you this last parent. Okay. And who is this parent? Who is the parent of this commit? Well, this is the initial commit. It has not any parent, so we have finished the synchronizing process. And that's all. Well, at this point, both repositories are synchronized, and as you can observe, the same master branch is copied into the remote repository at this point. So, in this point, is created a very new branch here that is called origin/master. This is a local branch that represents the commit in our last communication with remote. So basically this says, well, the last time we talked to remote, master was at this point. Okay, so in order to perform this sending operation, this can be carried out by following the git push command. Well, let's think that we keep working in our local repository and master has been moved to this new commit, and then we want to synchronize again the changes, so the process is repeated as before. Well, we want to send the changes of master branch to remote. We are sending this commit, and remote says, okay, I don't have any reference to this commit, please send me this commit. Okay, is this one? And here we say, okay, and who is the parent of this commit? Well, the parent of this commit is this one. Oh, I have a reference of this commit, so I have put here, I can complete the tree and synchronize the process. And then, as we talk again with remote, this origin master will move to this last commit, since it's the last time that we have talked to remote. And the process is synchronized. So the work with remote repositories is similar to this. This process can be carried out on the contrary. I mean, let's say that we have been working in another computer and submitted changes to remote, and we want to bring these changes to our other computer. Or even other team members have been working, submitted changes to remote, and we want to bring these changes to our local repository. So the process is similar. We want to bring changes from remote. So we say, okay, send me the reference of branch, of master branch. Okay, I'm sending you this commit, which is the master, and who is the parent of this? Is this one. Okay, so I have now the complete tree of commits, so the synchronizing process have finished. And again, since this is the last time that we have talked to remote, the origin master points here to this commit. So we can send or retrieve information to and from remote. In order to obtain this information from remote, we use the git pull command. So basically, these operations allow us to send and to obtain information. And there is another operation related to remote repositories, that is git clone. Git clone is used when you want to bring a new repository to your machine that is created in a remote. So at the end, you have two ways of initializing a repository. One is the git init command that creates a very brand new repository, and this you can send to a remote. And if you have an already existing repository in remote, you can bring the repository to your local machine and start working. This is performed by following the git clone operation. So this operation creates a connection between your local and your remote repository. So basically, when you have a remote repository, you can clone this repository by accessing this directory. In summary, when working with others, there is a unique git init that is performed at the very beginning of the stage, and then other developers perform the git clone to create a copy of this already existing environment. So working with remotes is very useful even if we work individually, since they allow us to keep a copy of our code in the cloud. And then, apart from having copies, we can work in different computers with this. Thanks for watching.